And good afternoon and welcome to Game 2. We're looking forward to an exciting matchup with the 4-8 Gresham Gray Wolves against the Pickles at 7-7. This is my illustrious partner, Ron Clark. I'm Kevin Herbst, and we're going to be giving you as much pregame action as we can. We've got two Gray Wolf guests that are going to be joining us and one of the Pickles. We're looking at having Jim Hopple, the manager for the Gray Wolves, coming over along with his well, if you haven't seen this guy pitch, you're going to want to stick around and watch what's going to happen, because it sounds like he's going to get an opportunity to throw against the Pickles and hopefully for the Gray Wolves advance their team into the finals against the West Lynn Knights. So His name is TJ Pernida. He has been around baseball for a year or two. So we're going to look forward to seeing what he offers, because indeed you're going to want to see what he does bring and how he delivers the ball to the plate. We're going to tell you. You're just going to have to watch and find out for yourself.
Don't miss this, folks.
Don't miss this at all. So the Knights beat the Gherkins in game 1 of today's action. The Gherkins had a great opportunity. In the 6th inning, they had the bases loaded, but a questionable third strike on the call that ended the inning. Jacob Acey pitched a pretty decent game until Chad Stevens, who went yard twice for the Gresham or for the Knights. So West Lynn comes out with that victory, 5-0. And in the three games, Ron, the Gherkins were not able to score against Knights pitching. And of course, Jake Flemings was the person that took the mound as the starter for the West Lynn Knights. And you also saw Washburn and Deadmeyer come in. They combined for a 15 strikeout performance with their 3 pitchers. So the Knights, showing the depth of their pitching staff, they are they are the deepest team, not only in the pitching, but also in the batting. And they continued with their display again today. Just a wonderful out-turn of their offense in this game. So I think in total it was 18 and 15 is 33. 38-0 was their combined score over 3 games. It's hard to win when you're not able to hit the ball. Well, you were able to hit the ball only a couple times though, but they were just overmatched from the get-go.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about those Knights.
They are they're not quite invincible, but they're almost. And now it looks like they've got one more game to hold on and see if they can do something. And we're going to look forward to tonight's game to see who's the team that gets to match up against them.
We do know one thing about tomorrow's game and the Knights. Fenning will not be pitching.
Fenning will not be pitching, and I had a chance to see Mike Thurman again from the New York Yankees as a scout that was in attendance today. Not sure if it was Fennings or if it was Chad Stevens that he was looking at, but the scouts have been they've been a great, overwhelming number of scouts, more so than I've seen at any baseball over the 30 years that I've been around baseball. Typically you might get 6 or 7 scouts, 7 or 8. Hockey, you would see 7 or 8. Football, you can never tell because the stadiums are always so full. But yeah, with this, it's been really, really exciting to watch the action. So we definitely appreciate the opportunity to do that. Scott Wright's going to be the starting pitcher for the Gray Wolves, and we'll talk with Coach Hopple when he comes in about what Scott's done, and we're looking forward to that. And of course, Matt Hardy. He is a legend in Portland Pickle baseball uniform. He's been able to do it with his bat and with his pitching in the past. This year with his performances has been strictly on the pitching angle. So we're going to take a look and see what Matty can do tonight. So he's going to be the starting pitcher for the Picks. We're going to be talking with Coach Jim Hopple in just a bit. They are the visitors in tonight's game. The Pickles will, of course, be in the home dugout. So they're going to be waiting to see what's going to transpire there, because what we saw in the Knights has not been typically what has happened with any other team. They always got out to a fast start, and of course they did in today's early game with a 1-0 start. So we're going to see what's going to happen that. And of course with the Pickles, we're going to be talking with Christian Cooney, the center fielder, a University of Portland product, who will be coming out, and we're going to be watching what he does in tonight's game. What a great defensive center fielder he is. A little struggling with the bat in the league. So, I kind of give a lot of that to the basic situation that kids haven't had the opportunity to play a lot, and maybe some of them are, it takes a little bit longer to get rolling. But we're going to hope the best for Christian today. He's been somebody that we've really been looking forward to seeing him play. It's great to have him in a Pickles uniform, that's for sure.
Yeah,
So, Ronnie, I just, we've said it time and time again, I wish we were at Walker so we could really kind of lend the ambiance of Walker Stadium to it. But we're just proud enough, happy enough to be able to watch some baseball, no matter where it is and no matter how many people can attend. Tickets do still remain for tonight's game, so we encourage you if you're
tonight's game?
Tonight's game, and then again for tomorrow. There's a very few left, so and it's getting very close for tomorrow too. So if you haven't yet gotten any, you want to act up now because it's getting down to crunch time. So crunch time will be starting at 7:30 tonight. So we're looking forward to that game. And again, tomorrow's action is at 5:30. So we'll look forward to, the Westland Knights against one of these two teams that are going to be playing behind us tonight.
Yeah.
So the Gresham Grey Wolves at 4-8, as we mentioned earlier, against the Portland Pickles, who are 7-7. And, Ron, one of the things that's definitely been a factor is what's going on with the pitching, because it's, again, in question, what's going to happen beyond Matt Hardy? What's going to happen beyond Scott Wright we have an idea. We're going to be talking to him shortly what's going to happen behind Scott Wright. But Scott Wright is an interesting story in his own right, Scott Wright. Pleasant surprise that he's been for the Grey Wolves, but here's a kid that was a walk-on at Butler University. He's gotten an opportunity to come out, and he's done nothing but improve his stock, I'm sure. He's had a couple of great outings against every team in the Wild Wild West League this year. His 19 innings pitched, 0.94 ERA, 15 strikeouts. Last two against the Pickles his last start against the Pickles was on August 28th. He went 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks. So we'll talk about that with Coach Hop and also with TJ when TJ gets. I see GJ's getting ready over there. He's a little bit antsy and ready to rock. And we've been teasing that he's a very experienced guy. So we'll talk to him specifically about that. Definitely want to turn this thing down because we don't want any air interruptions. And by golly, those interruptions are occurring. So we don't want to have that happen whatsoever. So we'll get these. I remember when phasers were just a thing that you saw on Star Trek, but now phasers are something we carry in our pockets. So I'm going to lay mine up there next to yours, and they can talk back and forth to each other. So we're looking for Jim Hop. We're going to have Jim and TJ come on over, both of them, at the same time. And we're probably going to do the right thing. TJ, I'm Kevin. Pleasure to meet you, my friend.
Nice to meet you.
This is Ron.
Ron, how you doing?
Hey, Hop.
Hop's been around for a while, so he's a veteran of these things. I actually last game, I don't know if you'd heard anything, but I became adopted by his family, so now his brother.
Oh, right on.
So he didn't know if his wife doesn't know that, neither do his other brothers that are really his brothers. So, Hop, let's talk a little bit about what happened yesterday. It was an exciting game that ended in a tie, but no, it didn't end in a tie. The league situation ended in a tie, which forced into a home run derby. Something that I've never seen other than an all-star game, so it had to be exciting.
It was exciting. You get Halligan up there who hit 4, which was really nice because, it's got a short right field here, left-handed guy that's got a lot of power, taking early lead after they had only got 2, and we didn't even have to go through our third guy.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Probably wasn't nice if you're Isaac Loving. So
yeah, true. He wanted to swing the bat.
He's a big boy. I saw what he did the very first time that you guys took batting practice.
Yeah, he can swing.
He definitely thumped it out of here.
Strong kid, very strong kid. But no, the win was great for us.
Yes.
It all started beating the Knights a couple nights before that.
Yeah.
Where, got some confidence in these guys, and they played great. Our pitching staff was phenomenal. Dawson came out through 5 innings, gave up 1 run. Luke Brewer came in through 4 innings, gave up no runs, and we scored when we needed to and when we had to, and we kept the lead. So it was a great win for us.
One of the things that I've been noticing is when you've had the need to go into your bullpen, you've brought in guys that have kind of all lent something different. I mean, the delivery, and we'll talk about TJ's delivery in just a minute. Kind of reminiscent of some of yesteryear, somebody that I'm familiar with in my long tenure around everything. Ron, and you're only 22, so I mean, you're younger than he is. So, but it's very exciting to watch. It's very exciting to watch what comes out of your bullpen because I mean, the other day when Brewer was warming up, I go, they're going to light him up, and they didn't. They couldn't get anything on him. And that had to be really encouraging to
Yeah.
you to see somebody that comes in that you're I don't have any fingernails biting them
Right.
for you.
Oh yeah.
I didn't
no.
want my brother to be suffering over there.
No, he did a great job. You know, that's a tough team, the Knights. They can swing it, as you can see.
Oh.
They've scored a ton of runs, and I don't know what their differential is. It's probably 70, 80 runs off of teams. But just to see guys go in there with confidence enough to be able to get outs was awesome. You know, and yesterday when we needed the pitching, we got it done. You know, Kyle Larson came in. He struggled his first time on the mound for us. Did a couple changes down on the mound with him, and came in and just pitched 3 great innings. You know, so everything's worked out of the bullpen right now. Towards late. When we first started, we just didn't have enough pitching depth, so guys had to go as long as we could let them go, and sometimes it was way too long. They gave up too many runs. We had no chance to come back, but bullpen's really helped us out at the end of the year.
Hop, one of the things that we've also seen is we've seen the ability, kind of once that yesterday went into the home run derby, to me there was no doubt that your team was going to come out victorious.
Yeah, I thought
you have
so
a lot
too.
of power in that lineup.
Yeah, I thought so too. Our guys can swing it. I mean, not just those 3 guys that were here to try to win the derby for us, but there's some guys that all up that bench that has some power. They've got some pop. Weber's hit a few out. Atkinson can hit. Heiser, all those guys. There's some guys that's got some really good power in there. We're a good hitting team. We can hit and we can play defense. Like I said, it was the beginning of the year when we just didn't have the pitching depth. And we got some guys come in late that really has helped us out. TJ is one of them.
Let's talk a little bit about your unique delivery. Of course, I can tell you who it reminds me of, but you tell me who your idol was or what you're representing when you got on the mound.
Oh, well, my idol growing up was Jamie Moyer. I mean, soft throwing lefty who drew strikes. That's what I idolized. And then I was in 18U pitching, and I looked down over my front knee, and my coach thought I closed my eyes. So he ended up, hey, next time you pitch, have a little fun, look up at the sky. And I did it next inning out and just kind of ran with it and tweaked it so I could get my good balance, get momentum towards home, and throw it as hard as I could.
Well, there's a lot of people that have been checking out your pitching delivery, and you get everything from Fernando to Louis Tiant. So
yeah.
I had
so it's fun.
Fortunate ability to be able to see both of those guys pitch, and I didn't want to close my eyes, obviously, as you did. But, I wanted to see what you were going to do because it definitely lit up a lot of memories in my mind of bringing back to what I saw. So
that's awesome. I love doing it. I love hearing people's reactions. I love going out of the ballpark and people are like, hey, how do you do that? Or when did you start doing that? When I came in to pitch against the Gherkins, I heard some of them talking like, I didn't think he was actually going to do it when game time happened. So it's fun to hear all the different reactions and, talk about it.
I did notice that anytime you didn't have anybody on base, or if they were only at first base, you'd do it. But beyond that, you wouldn't. You'd focus more on keeping the runner where he was at.
Yeah, as a pitcher, you got to control the running game at this level with these types of athletes. These guys are all really good college guys. They're gonna take advantage of every mistake. So I can't be going for show and flash there and looking up to the sky. I got to be able to lock in and control the running game to help my guys out.
Coach Hop's in a unique situation where he's been in that dugout over there with that color, and now he's in a different colored uniform. And, I have nothing but respect for what he's meant to the game of baseball. He's a guy that's had to work hard. That sounds like something that's been in your past and now in your present, that you've had to work hard to get where you are. Tell us what it means to get a chance to pitch in the Wild Wild West League with all this great, wonderful talent.
It's honestly a great feeling. It's, weird backstory. I coached Baxter Halligan when he was 14 at PDC.
Really?
And a lot of these guys, I was just talking to my guys in the bullpen, and we all know the same people because they grew up with them, and I ended up coaching them at some point in the last 10, 12 years. So
cool.
There's a lot of weird chemistry that, we're all interconnected at some way. The game's a small world, and no matter what, I'll always be connected to Hop and the Pickles and in this league. So it's awesome to be able to come in and face these guys, and you hear these names at ESPN and stuff like that, all these big name colleges, and say I get to face them, and they get to say the same about me. I get to face a guy who looked up at the sky. So it's a unique story.
Exactly. A couple of games early in the tournament and even later here, I think they want to get their looks at people. You can generally look behind home plate and see little pieces of paper on different seats that are saved for scouts. I think one night there was 15 or more scouts here for a game. So that's more than I can ever remember being at a Pickles game.
Yeah,
even maybe over the whole season we might have 15, but it's definitely worth the watch. And if those that are older baseball fans that want to see a flashback, I think they see that through you. But the other thing is that just the excitement that has been on this ballpark. It's a wonderful field, but just the excitement that you guys have lent, we can't say enough how much we thank you for that. So we're going to let you guys get everything ready to rock and roll over there.
Thanks,
so
guys.
You guys have a good time.
Thanks, guys. Quit yelling at us today, bro.
Yeah, well, he got called out a little bit after the game, but
I called him out up here.
Yeah,
today, so
well, we were kind of sharing that other stuff. He's the lion that roars all the time.
He is, absolutely.
I'll take it easy on you when you're wearing blue again.
Okay, all right. That'll be next year.
Brother, you take care. TJ, take care of my brother,
good
and
one,
you
man.
guys have a good game. You got it. Thanks. That was the exciting TJ Pinato, also with none other than Jim Hopple. So we're going to also, pretty soon, we're going to be talking with Christian Cooney of the Portland Pickles. And
I thought I saw
see
him
what
over here
I
just
saw
a moment ago.
I saw him. He's probably getting all stretched out and ready to go. So.
Okay, well.
Christian, another one of those UP products that seems to be gracing every roster. And, of course, we've gotten a little bit of harassment from I'm going to keep going back to that card. There was that one lady on Twitter that she was rattling on. Obviously, she's happy now. She's probably celebrating that her people are going to be able to be on the field tomorrow night at 5:30 in the championship game.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to seeing them. I warned you what I was going to do, and that's to applaud when the Knights went off after their little team meeting out here. I couldn't help it. I mean, it's you just got to give them a shout out for what they do, because they've been doing it well. So we're going to hope that a couple of starting pitchers last a long time tonight. That again would be Scott Wright of Butler University, and also Matt Hardy, who's done nothing but do some pitching. Now we're going to make way for the big man. And,
come on in here, Christian.
Christian Cooney, our favorite from the University of Portland. How's it going,
buddy?
Christian? We'll do the elbow bump, get everything rocking.
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
We're not doing too bad at all, man. Anytime you can come out to a baseball field, but anytime you can come out to a baseball field that looks like this.
Of course.
I'm jealous because you get to play on it.
Of course. Yeah. It's such a nice field. Really nice field. They take a really good care of it. And
they do.
They're here every day.
Hours
and hours.
Now, I got to give a shout out to somebody who kind of gave me a heads up about you when you were at Central a couple of years ago, and that's Sean Lindsay.
Oh, yeah, Coach Lindsay.
Coach Lindsay.
So
Sean is somebody who's kind of taking care of things over at Walker Stadium, where we would be playing if this was a normal pandemic-less season.
Right, exactly.
But Sean gave me a heads up on your abilities and said there's a guy that you definitely need to watch, and if there's a way that the Pickles can get him out, it'd be lovely to have him in a blue jersey. Hopefully everything works out and you enjoyed your time around the ball club this year.
Totally.
To see if we can maybe I'll leave that to the guys that own the team and the general manager and stuff like that.
For sure.
Do that. But if it was my personal thing, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Let's talk about what this has meant for you. I mean, you come in and this is an opportunity to play baseball.
Yeah.
When you got the call that you could come out and play, what did it mean?
Oh, it meant a whole lot. I mean, I feel like I can talk for all of my teammates that we were just kind of itching for an opportunity just to really get anywhere and get out and play. It didn't even matter to us where we were playing or what the conditions were, because when you're off for 2 to 3 months, it takes a toll, and you just want to get back to what you were doing, because we were all somewhere, a good program, grinding out in the winter and the spring, and then it all got shut down for us. So to actually get an opportunity and come out here and play is we're really lucky, because a lot of people across the country really don't get the same opportunity. So it meant a lot to be able to finally come out and play and showcase our skills, because we've been working for a long time.
One of the other things too is that when you look at the situation with the Portland Pickles, this is a team that's used to playing and taking advantage of Walker Stadium.
Yep.
How hard has it been, to come out here and not have any real rooting or fan support like you would see in most stadiums? Is it different for you?
Yeah, it's of course it's every place has its own environment, and it's gonna play a little differently for the players. But I've attended a couple Pickles games back at Walker, and it's an absolutely amazing environment. Probably I can't think of any other places in Oregon where you're going to be able to come out and be around such great people and watch high quality baseball at the same time. Now being out here, it's for me personally, I don't feel like it's a lot different when I'm playing. But of course, we're gonna miss the energy that we would usually get from Walker and stuff. But at the same time, I feel like our fans are doing a great job, and I love that people are coming out every day. I mean, I'm sure this is still a trek for a lot of people. We're kind of further out than maybe Walker would be if we were a little closer into the city. But no, I appreciate the fans, and I'm glad that people come out to support us every day. It really makes a difference.
Talk to us also about what the league itself, the West Coast League, is one that has seen a lot of people move on from that league to another level. Is that something that's at all in your mind, or you just kind of keep it every game, every season, every at bat, everything going?
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of hard not to look ahead.
Right,
isn't it?
Exactly. Of course, that's always that's going to be my end goal as a baseball player, as I'm sure it is the same for a lot of these other guys. And I mean, the way I kind of look at it, I try to never take an opportunity for granted. And so whenever we come out here, I'm making sure I'm giving my 100% because you never know who could be watching. And even when we're not playing games, I try to get my work in as much as possible to make sure that I'm performing to my best ability on the field. But yeah. So I'm still kind of young, but that thought's always in my head. I'm always trying to learn and get better as I'm becoming older and playing with older players too.
Kristen, the other day you were mic'd up.
Yeah.
And you might have been the first player that we had mic'd up.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
How difficult is that to stay focused, but yet have a conversation with a guy that's looking at you as you're doing it? Was that tough, or was it just kind of
It was a first for me. I've never been talking to while playing a game, unless I'm talking to my teammates or my coach is talking to me. But I felt like I got a pretty good hang of it after I was talking to guys for a while. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to make sure I was paying attention to each pitch while also listening to what the guys were saying to me from up top. But I didn't have too much trouble with it. I know some of these other guys said it was kind of hard though. To be focused on two different things. It's definitely.
I just thought of what you were going through.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, that's got to be the toughest thing to do.
I was thinking, I was like, man, the major leaguers make this look real easy. Yeah, because they do it a lot, and I was like,
they've been around for the game for a little bit, so you still got a year or two to go.
Right.
Hey, let's also one other question for you before we let you get back over with your teammates. Talk to us about what you're looking forward to in the University of Portland. We get ridiculed constantly by people that are, for that school that's down south. And they've had their success, but I think you're at a school that maybe Coach Loomis has put together a pretty good
100%,
roster.
100%.
And it's got to be hard for you to play with the Pickles, but then look at what you're facing when you get a chance. I mean, we saw Holbrook, we've seen Bradley Knight transferring, and all these. You got Gabe Skirl, you got a whole bunch of other guys. The guy that pitched last night, Mendoza.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of guys here that are going to be your teammates.
Yeah, they are. I'm super excited for this next season. Hopefully, everything goes well, so we'll actually be able to play in the spring. But no, with our returning guys, we're only losing a couple seniors. Chad, Holcroft, Briley, our pitchers, Mendoza, Allegro, all those dudes that were on the Knights, all outstanding players. Gabe on my team.
And we haven't talked about the guy who pumped out 2 today, Chad Stevens.
Exactly, Chad. A draft guy that we're honestly really lucky to have back because I think he's going to have an amazing year for us. So I think Loomis and Valentine and Lambert have all done a really good job of recruiting some really talented players. And we have my class who got some time to see the field a little bit in our 15-16 game stint that we were able to play. And all of us are coming back with a little bit of experience under our belts, along with the experience of upperclassmen. I think we have a chance to do something special. And our number one goal is to take the WCC. I think that's a very realistic goal that we can achieve next year.
Well, maybe we can see you guys do a little celebration not only today after the game and move into the championship game, but also tomorrow night. Get a chance to carry off that monolithic trophy that's spread over there. So do appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much for having me.
Good luck. You betcha. We'll let you get over there with your teammates and wish you the best of luck tonight. And,
I appreciate it, you guys.
As your life progresses forward.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
You got it. Thanks.
Go Pickles.
Yes, Christian Cooney. definitely an exciting player, a well-spoken kid who, he has the enthusiasm that you need out of your center field. So he's definitely an up-and-coming star in baseball, and, we'll be seeing what he can do on the field. So, Ron, we've said it before and I'll say it again. We haven't had a bad kid that's come over here.
Nah,
and I call them kids fondly because they are younger, and they're young adults that are looking for an opportunity to hone their abilities when they come out here, and it seems like they're all doing it in a proper way. And the direction of the coaches, you can see with Coach Hoppel, Coach Knight, Coach Barkus, and Garrett earlier today, Mr. Mosier, Coach Mosier. So you've seen how these kids all are very coachable, first of all, but they also respond to their coaching quite well, and then they have just such a fondness for their teammates. And, we've also talked about the number of players that come from all over the country to this beautiful little ballpark, and it's all coming to fruition tomorrow with the championship game at 5:30. So we encourage you to stick around. Definitely tune in, and listen to the dulcet tones of none other than Carlo Jimenez, who's going to be calling the game. Ron, it's been nothing but a pleasure, my friend, working alongside with you. We got one more of these, and then I guess we're just going to have to wait it out and see what happens next year, and see if everything's, see if they got a shot we can take, or if this stuff's all gone. So. I just am getting tired of wearing these things because I got to adjust them all the time,
Yeah.
Fat head and a fat neck, and it just all that fat all at one time just kind of rolls this thing on down. So
this thing makes my job a whole lot harder because fogs up my glasses and I can't see the call behind the plate. Yikes.
Well, we're going to quit fogging everything up, and we're going to head on out of here. We're going to take it up to Carlo Jimenez, who's getting ready to call the game, and you see the players in the background getting all loose and ready to go. So we're going to get out of here and let it continue, and I appreciate all the fine efforts by everybody, including Rory and the crew. We've got our fans that are, or not our fans, but fans of the ball game that are here to see. I doubt it. But we're looking forward to everything happening. Mr. Yovan over there throwing the ball like he does so well. So we're done. We're cooked. We're like a turkey at Thanksgiving time. We're done. We're out of the oven and ready to go.
Okie doke.
Let's go watch some baseball, my friend.
I think
Shall we?
so. Baseball's a
Alrighty.
good thing.
We'll do it. Stay tuned.